This is probably one of the top 12, so the top dozen of all storms ever seen on this planet with the satellite or in person. That's how big this is. This storm is Sandy size in width. This is the entire country of the Philippines. And so there's a lot of bubble here. There's a lot of water under this storm. There's going to be storm surge.
Super Typhoon Haiyan, locally called Yolanda, caused catastrophic damage throughout central Philippines, the Visayas region. It was worst in the islands of Leyte and Samar that comprised the Archdiocese of Palok, the dioceses of Morungan and Calbayog. It was in the southern part of the Diocese of Morungan that Haiyan made its first landfall in the early morning of November 8, 2013. With maximum sustained winds of 215 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 250 kilometers per hour. In Tacloban City, typhoon surge was estimated to have reached 17 feet.
Grabe ang hirap talaga dito. Ito yung tinitirahan namin pagkasalukuyan.
Official government statistics confirmed 6,300 fatalities, but the actual death toll remains unclear. Some sources in Tacloban City claim at least 10,000 died and 20,000 still missing. The destruction to infrastructure and agriculture was incomparable.
Despite what happened, we said the strong typhoon and high waters could not drown the fate of the Filipinos.
So this is our story. My father and my mother were both washed out by the typhoon surge. They were found in the school in Carmen, which is about 30 meters away from our house. The whole roofing and ceiling of my two-story house were blown away.
Dito era nga banda may ada mga 4 meters.
Near the shoreline, the height of the typhoon surge was about 45 meters. All the roofing of my house was blown away. The storm was really strong. All our evacuation centers in our village were destroyed. The daycare center, village hall, and school. All of us scampered to whatever place we could hide. But still, the wind was really strong. It was a very pitiful situation. After the storm, that was Saturday, people were bringing sacks or bags looking for stores to buy rice, but there was none. People were desperate and even willing to rob. They were shouting, telling me to run away because floodwaters were rushing in. When I opened the door, it was so fast, it went as high as my chest, so I ran towards the kitchen.
Regarding my neighbors, 90% my neighbors was totally damaged. and killed at least 52 people in this barangay alone.
There was a kind of wailing wind, that it was so strong that the wind was crying. So that's why people were trembling in fear, and me also, I had that kind of feeling.
Some members of the Knights of Columbus were heroes. Sir Knight Mario Reposado of the Basay Council saved a girl who was perched from the roof amid the typhoon surge.
Daraga.
We rescued a young lady. She was bruised. There were 40 of them who we evacuated into my house, some of them inside, the others on a shelter outside.
We were feeding them from Thursday and then Thursday evening, and then Friday morning, early morning, that was the typhoon.
We saw roads with downed trees and debris, and so we helped clear the area. There were dead bodies along the road. We carried them to the church ground. We also assisted in the distribution of relief goods to our fellow victims.
Led by Regional Deputy Sir Knight Jofrido Lagria, the Santa Maria Council in Borongan City launched an immediate relief operation 2 days after the typhoon to southern towns of the Diocese of Borongan.
We put an operation center here in Borongan in order to help our brothers, not only our brothers, but all our parishioners in the Visayas region, Eastern Visayas region, affected with Typhoon Yolanda, particularly in the Diocese of Borongan, in the Diocese of Calbayog, and in the Archdiocese of Palo, which were the one most hit.
2 weeks after the typhoon, Sir Knight Lagria initiated the setting up of the Knights of Columbus Emergency Relief and Rehabilitation Center, or KC Relief Center, in Borongan City, with the help of Visayas Deputy, Luzon Deputy, and the Knights of Columbus Fraternal Association of the Philippines, Incorporated. Sourcing funds from the generous donors, the relief operations continued throughout the whole month of November. It consisted mainly in distributing rice to thousands of typhoon survivors. At the initiative of the KC Relief Center, Ethel Lagria, with her team of doctors and nurses, conducted medical mission in the parish of St. Bonaventure in Balangkayan, Eastern Samar. In December 2013, Brian Caulfield of the Supreme Office of the Knights of Columbus went to Central Visayas in the Philippines to assess the damage of Typhoon Haiyan. The Supreme Office of the Knights of Columbus immediately sent financial assistance to the bishops in the dioceses that were severely damaged by the typhoon. Throughout the whole month of December 2013, January and February 2014, the distribution of foodstuff continued. Target beneficiaries were those poor victims who were left out by other local and international aid organizations. A total of about 30,000 individuals were recipients of the food packs in Eastern Visayas. In January 2014, about 10,000 coconut seeds were distributed to poor coconut farmers. In collaboration with local KC councils, construction materials were also given for the repair of several village chapels. The Visayas deputy took care of the repair of a village chapel in the most devastated town of Hernani. The Luzon deputy procured 4 chainsaws and distributed to several KC councils who would take turns in cutting devastated coconut trees in order to be sliced into lumber. The cocoa lumber were distributed as construction materials to thousands of poor, homeless families. The Luzon jurisdiction has initially awarded 4 motorized boats to poor fishermen who survived the typhoon. In the islands of Samar and Leyte, where Typhoon Haiyan brought the biggest devastation, the Supreme Office has awarded 100 motorized fishing boats, complete with fishing gear, to 100 poorest fishermen. The fabrication of these motorized fishing boats was done by another group of poor fishermen who were also victims of the typhoon. It was a case of hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. While it was a big help for the boat recipients, it was also a cash for work program for the fabricators. In western and central Visayas, another 100 motorized boats are being fabricated and will be ready for distribution in the next 3 months, from August to October 2014. In collaboration with local dioceses, the Supreme Office is presently working on the establishment of a demonstration farm. While it is primarily intended to encourage and teach poor farmers on sustainable farming, the farm will also be a source of livelihood for poor farmers who will be hired to work in the demo farm. The local councils in the Visayas, who themselves are victims of Typhoon Haiyan, have given an estimated 50,000 volunteer hours from November 2013 to June 2014 for the relief and rehabilitation work of the Knights of Columbus.
We are very grateful to the donation given to us in the Archdiocese of Palo, given by the Knights of Columbus from the Supreme Office. So we are very, very happy of assistance. We have helped my people in the Archdiocese in terms of repairing their houses, the damages that they have, and the loss that they have really experienced right now. So that was really a big help. That money that was sent to us in our diocese, we received it, and we are very grateful. And we pray that the Knights of Columbus, especially here in the Philippines, are always, in a way, giving their assistance, especially for those who are needy, like us, in this moment when we are the victims of the Typhoon Yolanda. So we pray that we will continue to be always the witness of God's love, and in this coming convention, the gathering of the KOFC, we will really be one with you and really happy and grateful for the assistance of the nations that give it to us. So thank you very much. In behalf of my people in the Archdiocese of Palo, with the priests, the religious, and the lay. So thank you very much for the donation you've given to us. It's really a big help to our people. God bless.